When will season 2 of Loki premiere? Are almond M&Ms good? And have I played Starfield yet? Well, I talk about all that and more on this episode of the Toddcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Toddcast. As always, I'm your host, Todd McManus. Sorry I had a stroke, I guess, at the beginning of this episode. Starting off hot. So, we're just going to go ahead and dive into it. And no, I have not played Starfield yet. Dadgummit, I'm still waiting on it. This is actually being pre-recorded right before it comes out, honestly, the week it does come out. So, I have not had the opportunity to start playing it yet. I am still very eager and excited to play the game. Of course, you know that. Y'all have known that for weeks to months to probably even a year more at this point. So yeah, just wanted to go ahead and say that way, you know. Once I do play it, y'all will know. You'll definitely know whenever I have the opportunity to play it. So, I wanted to go ahead and say as well that I have not had the opportunity to start watching the Disney Plus Star Wars series Ahsoka yet. I am going to hopefully soon, but I wanted to go ahead and mention that as well, that the Ahsoka series on Disney Plus is now available to watch. Not all of the episodes, it's still weekly, and I think it's going to probably be 8 episodes for the season. I don't know if it's only going to be one season or maybe more. I do not know. But I am looking forward to watching it and seeing how Grand Admiral Thrawn is portrayed and done in this show. And I'm excited to see how this show goes in the direction of all of that known as Star Wars. So, yeah. Because I like the Clone Wars series. I've mentioned that on here before, that the Clone Wars series is one of the best Star Wars shows to date. And I mean, it introduced Ahsoka, so without it, this series wouldn't even be happening. And basically a lot of other things that happened in the Clone Wars we wouldn't have today without the Clone Wars. So, thank you to the Clone Wars is basically what I'm saying, I guess. So yeah, I just haven't had the time to watch it with different things. And I'm looking forward to actually watching it. But hopefully that'll be happening soon. So, but I'll let y'all know and give my review probably of the whole series once I'm actually done with the full season. And I will be letting y'all know how it was and if I enjoyed it and if I would want a season 2. So, yeah. So, just going ahead and diving into some more news here is season 2 of the hit Disney Plus series Loki, which is for Marvel. Season 2 of Loki will be premiering on October the 6th. I actually very much enjoyed season 1 of Loki. I think I've said this and mentioned this before, that Loki was my favorite Marvel series as of now. I still haven't watched Secret Invasion, and with what it was said from everybody, I may not want to watch Secret Invasion. Which is, you know, a bummer, because Secret Invasion was apparently pretty cool in the comics and everything that happened there. And I was like, you know, I'll check it out, but I just never did. And everybody saying about watching it and everything, seems like I probably shouldn't even watch it in the first place. So, but yeah, I did, and I didn't watch Ms. Marvel. I didn't finish She-Hulk, you know. So, I don't even remember the last full Marvel show I watched on Disney Plus was probably, was it Moon Knight? I want to say it was Moon Knight, because I watched all of WandaVision, Loki, Moon Knight, Falcon and Winter Soldier, What If, and I'm excited to see if What If Season 2 comes out soon, or at the beginning of the year, I don't know. With all the SAG strikes, I don't know if anything's going to get done soon. And we'll see if actually anything happens, you know. So, but yeah, season 2 of Loki Premieres on October the 6th, so I am looking forward to that. And I will let y'all know more on that in the future. So, yeah. So, there's really not much other news as of right now. I mean, we're all just, in the video game world, we're all just waiting on Starfield to premiere. If y'all do not know, next week is actually my birthday. If you're listening this on the day this episode premieres, which is September the 16th, next week on Friday, September 22nd, is actually my birthday. So hold your applause. I will be officially turning 24 years old, which is exciting, and it means I'm getting old. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this next year in my life. This past year has been very eventful, and I am grateful for where I'm at today and who I am with today, the people I'm alongside, that have been alongside me for almost 24 years of life, and for just being with me on this wild journey we know as life. And, you know, I'm looking for 24 more years and many more after that, you know. So, it's interesting to think that I'm about to be that age, but, you know, that's just part of life. It's aging, getting older, and doing everything else. But it's especially weird to think that the first episode of this podcast, on January 11th, 2020, I was 20 years old. You know, young, green, as you could say. And now here I am, getting closer to 4 years later, turning 24, ending the year 2023. And, you know, I mean, if you've seen the episode numbers, we're getting ever so closely to episode 200. And also, in January, we'll be celebrating the 4-year anniversary of this podcast, being posted a new episode every week without stopping. So I am very much looking forward to that, and I thank everyone who has been alongside me for this wild journey. And I want to thank all of the guests that have ever been on as well, that, you know, they have done more for me than they know by just being a guest. So I'm grateful, and I look forward to the next 4 years of this podcast. So, yeah. And the next 200. And so on after that. So, we got to get there first. So, I don't really have much else in the news area to talk about. I do actually have a question here that I thought was interesting, so I had to write it down. That is from a listener. The question is, it's like a two-parter. Have you ever had Crumbl cookie? If so, what is your favorite cookie? Yes, I have had the pleasure of having Crumbl cookie in my life. You know, I've had it multiple times within the past year. My favorite cookie. I've had a couple of different ones here. I'm actually going to go on the Crumbl app and look at the different ones that I have had. The ones that I've ordered. Because you can go on the Crumbl app, and if you type in your phone number and all that, it'll tell you which ones you actually have ordered. And then you can, like, earn points and all that kind of stuff, too. I'll go way back. The Golden Oreo one they had a while back, I think it was last year. And it had like a mini Golden Oreo on the top middle part of it. That one is a goated one. I like that one. It was really good. I've had their milk chocolate chip and the semi-sweet chocolate chunk. I think the milk chocolate chip, just the basic one, it's so basic. And it's just dry. Like, I don't even like it that much. It needs to be a little bit softer for me to like it. The semi-sweet chocolate chunk, I like it more than the milk chocolate chip. It's just sometimes those people put too much salt on it because there's salt on that chocolate chip cookie. The semi-sweet chocolate chunk. I had one that was like a blue icing, and it was called Blue Icy or Blue Raspberry Icy Cookie. I like that one. It was good. My favorite of all time, and I've told people this, is that it's just the basic classic pink sugar is my all-time favorite that I actually like. You know, I mean, if Crumbl wants to sponsor me on an episode and do a week of, like, Todd's picks and do just 1 week of that, I could give them some good cookies. Because it's only got to be, like, 6 different flavors. And one of them has to be, you know, milk chocolate chip or semi-sweet chocolate chunk. Oh, excuse me. If I had to pick between one of those two, I'd do the semi-sweet. I would do the pink sugar. That's 2. I would do the blue icy one, the golden Oreo one. What's another one that I would do? Is there another one that I really liked that I can remember? I think there was like a lemonade. I think I like lemonade, which was a pink icing and had like a very thin slice of lemon on it. So that's 5. What's the 6th one gonna be? Can't even think. What was it? I've had a bunch, like, throughout, you know, many times of having Crumbl. I just can't remember any of the ones that I have had, you know. Let's go back to the Crumbl app. Because you can do the cookie journal. Vanilla bean cupcake. No. I would do 2 Oreo ones. I would do the Oreo vanilla crumb cake, which is the golden Oreo, and I would do the Oreo mallow sandwich. That's my 6. Those are my 6 that I would do. Get rid of lemonade and do the vanilla bean cupcake. And those are my 6. Just very icing forward. I'm an icing guy, if y'all didn't know or couldn't tell. I do love me some icing. That's the best part of a cookie, of those cookies and of a cake or anything. The icing is the best part. But yes, so those are, I mean, you could honestly say those are my favorites as well. I mean, if Crumbl contacted me and wanted me to pick, you know, 5 different cookies plus the semi-sweet chocolate chunk to have for a weekly menu or weekly choice of theirs for their establishments, I wouldn't say it was a restaurant, I guess. You could say it's a bakery, I guess. Those would be mine. So, Crumbl, if you're listening, Mr. Crumbl. Mr. and or Mrs. Crumbl. If you're listening, those are my picks that I would choose for your choices and for your menu. So, please contact me. Leave a message down below. Comment down below, Crumbl, and we will talk. We'll have a conversation. Yeah, we'll do some talking. But yeah, so to answer your question, yes, of course, I have had Crumbl, and my all-time favorite would be a hard to choose because the golden Oreo one I just really like. The mallow sandwich, which is basically just a regular good old-fashioned Oreo, but as a big cookie with the 2 chocolate cookies with the white icing in the middle or the white cream in the middle. And the classic pink sugar. Like, when they used to have classic pink sugar as a regular every week or every other week, and now they've gotten rid of it and said it'll just be a regular flavor. Excuse me. That classic pink sugar will be like a regular flavor that alternates. You know, it might show up like once a month or less. You know, it'll just show up as a random flavor like a lot of them do. That's outrageous. I think classic pink sugar should take the place of just the milk chocolate chip, because the milk chocolate chip is just boring and it's dry. I don't like it. You know, it's one of my least favorite ones is the milk chocolate chip. Like I said before, semi-sweet chocolate chunk can just take its place and have it swap out with pink sugar, in my opinion. But that's just me, of course. I just don't like the milk chocolate chip. Milk chocolate chip might be the number 1 most sold cookie of all of them. But it ain't mine, I tell you that much. So, because I miss the pink sugar. So, if you are in fact listening, I would put pink sugar back on the menu. So, thank you and good night. So, yeah, I've been to Crumbl. So, if you couldn't tell. So, thank you for that question, and with all that being said, we're actually going to go on and move into a little candy review. I've got 2 different flavors of a favorite for a lot of people. I've got 2 different flavors of good old M&M's. So let's see. The first one I'm going to be reviewing is almond M&Ms. I've never had these before. So let's go ahead and open this bag. It's in a cream-colored bag. Got these just at a gas station. And these are just M&Ms that have an almond in the middle of them, apparently. So, and the M&M is actually kind of shaped like an almond. So, I don't even know if I like almonds. And I haven't had an almond in a long time, I feel like. So, M&M almonds, let's give them a try. Interesting. Very crunchy. Okay. Yeah, there's just an almond in here. I mean, they're M&Ms. Like, there's nothing too bad I can say about them. The almond doesn't even really give them much flavor. It just gives them a crap ton more crunchiness. I mean, they're really nothing that big. You know, I thought they were going to do something different, but not really. I would put almond M&Ms at just like a 74. They're average. You know, I mean, they're just really crunchy M&Ms. If I wanted M&M like that, I would just do good old peanut M&Ms, because at least they actually have more flavor than almond M&Ms. But I digress. So that's a 74 for the almond M&Ms, and what you're hearing right now is that I'm opening the next bag of M&Ms. And these are chunky looking. They're big chungus M&Ms. These are a little fat, to put it that way. These are some thick M&Ms. And the reason that they look like this is because these M&Ms are caramel M&Ms. And I've never had these, actually. So, caramel M&Ms. Let's go ahead and give them a try. Okay. Ooh. It's caramel. It's caramel for sure. These are way better than them almond ones. Caramel's good. Like I've said before, like one of my favorite candy bars is a Snickers bar, and it's got caramel in it. Even though caramel's like super sticky and gets stuck in between your teeth. It's good. And excuse me for the smacking. I'm sorry. I'm trying to eat caramel M&Ms here, so it's a little difficult. I would put caramel M&Ms all the way up at like a 82. They're really good. They just have that regular caramel taste to it. They're just super chewy, but that's a thing of caramel, so it's like I can't make it good or bad because of that. But I would rank these pretty high up at an 82 with the caramel M&Ms. If I can finish chewing. Okay, so I put caramel M&Ms at an 82, like I just said, because they're very chewy. They're good. They have that crunch of the outside shell of the M&M, which is really good, and I do enjoy that. The almond M&Ms are just super crunchy, and there's like really no added flavor. Like, at least with the caramel, it adds flavor to the M&M. The almond ones, not that much. It's barely anything. I mean, peanut M&Ms have a better flavor than that, and I would take peanut M&Ms over the almonds any day. Now, taking peanut M&Ms versus the caramel M&Ms, those are two very different things. So it's like I can't even, compare them to each other because, one is literally peanuts and the other is caramel. Two clearly very different things. But I could chug some M&Ms, regular M&Ms, especially the mini M&Ms that come in like that little tube. Those things, I could put them away really fast. And I wanted to mention this. I just remembered it, that those little tubes that you can get the mini M&Ms in, they apparently have that for Skittles now, where they do mini Skittles in those tubes. And I got to find that because that seems like it would probably be pretty good. But yeah. Almond M&Ms at a 74 and caramel M&Ms at an 82. So yeah, I'll definitely end up finishing the caramel M&Ms, and I'll find somebody who want the almond ones because I don't really want them anymore. So yeah, caramel M&Ms 82, almond M&Ms 74. And with all that being said, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I know this episode was a bit shorter, but really not much else to talk about. Just waiting on Starfield like everybody else. So thank you for listening. And as always, please rate and subscribe. And if you're listening on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded. And make sure you follow the Toddcast on Instagram for all your updates and Toddcast needs. Tell your friends and family to give it a listen. And thank all of you once again for listening to this episode. And if anyone knows, and if you want to know what's going to happen next week, tune in to find out only on the Toddcast.